Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin and this is episode 52. Will Apple use XRP for payments? North Korea to develop its own crypto, and CME to add options tradings for Bitcoin. Now guys, happy Sunday night if you're tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and if you're catching the replay, well, happy great time of the day and date that you are looking at. If you're catching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please make sure you leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. We're live every night at 9 p.m. If you guys have tuned into us and watched the show a couple times and you still have not clicked that subscribe button, you should do it. Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. On to the news, right? Well, if you remember a couple weeks ago, we covered an article regarding the Marshall Islands. We'll actually post the link up here in the corner once the stream is done. Now, the Marshall Islands, well, besides being an extraordinary place in many more ways than just geographically, it's halfway between Hawaii and Australia, right? So, almost in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. Now, the island rests on top of submerged volcanoes that have an average elevation of just 2 meters above sea level. Now, much of those 1,165 islands that comprise the Marshall Islands are uninhabitable for various reasons, right? From lack of rain all the way to nuclear contamination. Now, Steve Tendon explains that the Marshall Islands have not only been subject to enormous bomb testing in the past with Bikini Island. Bikini Island sounds a little bit like Bikini Bottom. Maybe that's where SpongeBob is from, right? Anyways, like I was saying, it's also one of the first countries that will suffer like enormously, right, because of the climate change, right? If the sea level rises 2 meters above sea level, is almost nothing. So, again, most of the island can go underwater very quickly, right? Now, the acidification of the seas will also erode the base of the islands that are made out of coral, which would also again be another problem. And added to the list of growing pressures is the fact that in 2023, funding from the U.S. will come to an end. Now, this creates a huge additional strain on the Pacific nation, right? They were pegged to the dollar. They basically use U.S. dollars over there for currency. Now, Tendon stresses that the country is at serious risk of disappearing like Atlantis, covered over by the sea. The ambition behind the sovereign, or SOV, or the Marshall Islands sovereign, that's what they're calling their cryptocurrency. So SOV for short, or for the term. It's to create a digital infrastructure so that if a catastrophic scenario where a country disappears happens, the citizens will still have their digital legacy and information safeguarded on the blockchain. Basically, Tendon goes on to stress at this point, safeguarded on the blockchain because the SOV is a cryptocurrency that will exist on a blockchain, not a central bank digital currency in a server farm on land. Basically, it's just going to be on a cloud, I guess. At the recent Invest Asia cryptocurrency conference, the Marshall Islands announced that the SOV cryptocurrency would be rolled out slowly in a timely released monetary issuance. Since many of the finer details of the SOV are still being worked on by economics, technologists, and mathematicians, it won't be the SOV that people are buying, but units that will later be exchanged for it, right? So basically, they're coming out with it soon, I guess, but basically, they're gonna release it later on. Hey, Benny, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us. Happy Sunday, man. How's it going, man? How's your weekend? I hope it was great, man. And again, thank you for tuning in. Taking into account the widely dispersed population and logistical issues that this country faces, right? Does the country have the necessary infrastructure for its citizens to transact in digital currency? Well, actually, thanks to satellite coverage and telecoms, right? It's much easier to deploy than, say, build a central bank, print money, and ship boxes of paper around, right? They would have to get we talked about it back then, right? We said if the Marshall Islands were to print their own currency, they not only bills, right, but also coins. They would have to get a mint in order. So buy metals, smelt them, mint them, right? Or get a paper, a press, and print them, and then have to ship all that around to all the other small islands, right? It's very like it doesn't seem like the right thing to do logistically speaking, right? It would be a nightmare shipping all that money around. So again, having them do it digitally with crypto, it's the smartest way to go, right? And that's pretty cool because it's going to be one of the first nations that the whole country is going to use crypto, right? So it's this interesting adoption case for sure. Now, like I said, all that was costlier than actually making use of the technology, right? So to this date, the Marshall Islands has not had its own currency. It has been using the US dollar, like we stated earlier. We also talked about it in that article. They now have the opportunity to do it with cryptocurrency and basically gain all the benefits of the technology. It's quite a unique situation. Now, I think this guy, what was his name? I forgot. Tendon. He goes also on to say that they have the right to have their own money, to print their own money, and to choose to do it through the best of both worlds with elements of crypto. It's a very fortunate combination of circumstances that make this possible, right? So we're going to look at the whole crypto market right now. I have another article for the cryptosphere. Now, basically, following the steps of other countries that have problems with the US or international sanctions, North Korea has started working on creating its own cryptocurrency in an attempt to emerge out of the setbacks imposed on the country. Now, a conference will be held in April in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and it aims to initiate North Korea's journeys to a digital currency platform. The assigned person in charge of North Korea's cryptocurrency event, it's Alejandro Sao de Benos, said that the cryptocurrency the country will develop will be just like Bitcoin or any other digital currency. Now, North Korea's embassy to the United Nations have declined to comment regarding the many questions raised about the future cryptocurrency. Now, common concerns is that since North Korea will have complete control over how the virtual currency will work, it will become difficult to monitor or regulate it by any other organization, unlike any other cryptos that are out there like Bitcoin that are accessible and transparent for law enforcement agencies to monitor in case of suspicious activities, right? So is it good or is it bad that they're getting it? I mean, certainly it's a workaround some holes that there are on the law, right? So like Cubans were doing the same. They were using Bitcoin to buy stuff in China, and basically since Cubans cannot get international cards, or it's hard for them to get them using crypto, it's actually bypassing all these locks that been placed on them, right? So is it good or is it bad? I believe in some cases it's good, in some cases is bad. In the case of North Korea, it potentially could be bad. In the past, North Korea in the past has allegedly used crypto to plan attacks on the West, right? State-sponsored hackers were accused of gaining over $2 billion to cover the cost of North Korea's weapons programs, and its hackers were previously caught stealing cryptocurrencies to avoid restrictions placed by international sanctions. We talked about this in earlier articles as well. So I do believe that sometimes, governments fight between politicians, right, or governors or governing parties, but in the end, sometimes are the people that are being governed the ones that are being affected the most, right? So like the U.S., right, placed a ban on or sanctions on Venezuela. Venezuela chose their governor. Maybe they don't want him there and he doesn't want to leave, but placing all these sanctions ends up damaging the people more than the government. The government, yeah, it will suffer, but I mean, you can see this guy Nicolas Maduro. He still looks good, he still eats every day. He's not suffering of all this other stuff that has been imposed on him. The ones that are suffering are the people that he's ruling, right? And the people want him out, and they can't get him out. So I mean, in the end, are the sanctions good or bad? I mean, it depends, right? Sometimes they can be good, but sometimes they end up affecting like bystanders, right? So just the people that live there. You don't like the governor, you don't like Kim, his whatever he's doing in North Korea, go after him. Imposing sanctions on the country just keeps the country poorer and the people suffering, right? So, I mean, I'm for and against them depending on how they are used. But I believe some of the cases they're just used to oppress other countries, and again, the people end up suffering. Anyways, on to total dominance, right? Yesterday, market lost dominance 0.53%. closing at 256.05 billion. Right now, losing dominance 0.46%, sitting at 255.22 billion, right? Now, Bitcoin yesterday lost dominance as well. Lost dominance yesterday 0.32% from an opening of 72.03, closing at 71.82. No, sorry, that's 2 days ago. This one would be yesterday. Sorry, the today is looking very tiny. You really have to zoom in to see it. Anyways, today losing dominance, right? 2.17% from an opening of 71.81, closing at 70.25, and right now it's making a little bit positive dominance, gaining a little bit of the market, right? 0.11%, sitting at 70.33. That's where it's at right now, right? Anyways, let's go on to the Bitcoin articles. Right now, today is going to be very light on articles. I just have 2 articles for Bitcoin, no articles for Ethereum, 2 articles for Ripple, no articles for Litecoin or Binance. The news were very dry today. Not a lot going on. A lot of speculation, right? A lot of articles on speculation and price predictions, and I don't look into those. When I look at articles, I want articles that have information that's actually useful and not just someone else's price predictions. I don't want to look at that, right? Anyways, Patrick Barrett, the founder and former CEO of Overstock, is going all in on gold, silver, and crypto, right? Apparently, he wants to protect his resources so he can go to war with what he's calling the deep state and his pet. So the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. How is he going to go to war? I'm not sure, man. The article doesn't actually say. However, Barron revealed in an open letter this week that he had sold his entire stake in Overstock, apparently 5 million shares worth about 90 million before taxes. Man, I surely wish I had that much money on my account right now. He wants to buy basically into assets that he's calling counter-cyclical to the economy. Now, the gold and silver will be stored outside of the United States in Switzerland, and within 2 weeks, they will be scattered to other locations that are even more outside of the reach of the deep state, again, the U.S., but are places that are safe for me. That's what he's saying, right? The ammo to go to war against the deep state. That's what he's calling his cache of money. Now, the crypto is stored in a place where all crypto is stored in a mathematical mist behind long keys held only in the memory of someone who's quite good at storing such things in memory. Now, he's saying with paper backups in the hands of a priest I met 35 years ago who's never sets foot in the West. I thought that was funny that he's saying that. I'm not even sure why would you give a priest your wallet or your wallet key, your address, or any information for crypto, right? I mean, I just found it to be a bit funny. Anyways, we're going to go into the next article that I have for Bitcoin, and it is regarding the CME, so the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right? Now, it is the world's largest futures exchange. They announced today that basically its Bitcoin future contracts will include options as early as 2020, or so according to the press release, right? The new offering is pending regulatory review. Now, options are more conservative way of trading that is similar to futures tradings. Now, Tim McCurt, an executive at the CME, said that the inclusion of options is based on the burgeoning demand and growth of the market. These new products are designed to help institutions and professional traders to manage spot market Bitcoin exposures, as well as hedge Bitcoin futures positions in a regulated exchange environment. The CME had petitioned its regulator, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, to double the limit on open positions, the amount a person can trade on Bitcoin future contracts. Right now, currently, investors can open 1,000 contracts on the tune of 5,000 Bitcoins, so 51 million per month. The move would see that rise to 2,000 contracts, which would be 10,000 Bitcoins, worth 102 million. Now, this might be in response to the new competition in the institutional grade Bitcoin futures market, right? So, backed launching. Again, everyone seems to be, everyone was comfortable with what they were doing, right? Coinbase, the CME, Binance comes into the market, Backed comes into the market, and all of a sudden everyone wants to do either list more coins or get into options, right? Because they can feel the heat that people are coming in, and they are coming after the market that they have, and if they don't start to evolve, they're basically just gonna get left in the dust, right? Let's go into Bitcoin. What is going on with Bitcoin? Yesterday, red day, right? Just let me make sure I am looking at yesterday. Yeah, so yesterday, red day. 2.69% down. Right now, still going down 0.35%. What happened? We have a long week down, and then we actually bounced off supports, I think. Let's go and look at... Oh, wait, this is the weekly. I'm not looking at the daily. Sorry. Daily, yeah. Yesterday, I had a green day. Sorry about that. Was I looking at the weekly also? Yeah, I was looking at the weekly, man. Oh, man. I'm going to have to redo this whole crypto total market cap, man. I didn't... I had it set up on the weekly and not on the daily. Anyways, yesterday, market cap 0.48% down right now. 0.46% down from an opening of closing at 256.04 billion right now, sitting at 254.87 billion, right? It's actually, yeah. And Bitcoin dominance yesterday, May dominance. Sorry about that, guys. 70.25 closing yesterday, right from an opening of 69.68, making plus 0.85%. Right now, still making positive dominance, 0.12%. On to Bitcoin now. Yesterday, had a nice green day. Plus 0.53. Basically, yesterday closed at 10,026. Right now, it's a red day, sitting at 9,088. So 0.38% down. I was looking at the weekly before we started the stream because I wanted to make sure what was happening, right, where we were sitting at. You know, we had this nice green bullish engulfing candle that covered the past 2 weeks, right? And that was 3 weeks ago. We just started this week, so 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, right? And with this new candle, we are still not undoing what we made that time, right? So that's pretty good. However, we are still getting deeper into this pattern, this triangle. That's why I was looking at the weekly. I want to make sure what was going on, how the weekly closed this past week, because it just closed 2 hours ago. Yeah, it was a large candle, not engulfing. It was just another red candle, right? Could be flagging, sort of. That's about it. Now let's go into the actual daily, right? What's happening? Still making any momentum. Still sitting low on the RSI at 43. Still contracting on the Bollinger Bands and sitting below at 20 MA. Not much going on the daily. Nothing else developing yet for sure. We're ignoring this wick as FOMO. I mean, I'm not counting it for anything. We counted it for something back here. I mean, just to establish maybe some kind of bullish or bearish, some bullish divergence probably that we talked about. And yeah, we're still within that. You know, we said we might not touch that top, but we are certainly going to go down as far as we are within this pattern. And we have been going down. We are still within the pattern, not breaking to the upside or downside, but certainly just getting very close to maturity, right? It should mature around October 15th, maybe. Yeah, I need to drag this a little bit more. Where is this one? There we go. So yeah, if I drag these ones out like that, yeah, we'll see that October 14th, maybe. 14th, 15th, somewhere around that area, right? That's maturity of the pattern. We should break out sometime soon, maybe this week, right? We are very... I mean, if we stay here, it's not very good, right? I mean, we have not been able to touch that upside in a while, meaning that the strength of the purchasing has not been, like, let's say bullish, right? More the sentiment has been bearish, and we have been coming to the support and actually bouncing off it a couple times. Now it's holding right now, but the more we touch it, the more we eat at that supply that it's there, and the farther we can drop down, right? So let's go on the 4 hours and see what's happening. Sitting below that 20 MA, used it as resistance, right? On September the 21st at 11, and right now we're also using it as resistance on this past 4 hour candle, which was at 3. Right now we're just like basically we bounced off it, we got rejected, we're bouncing back down, right? I'm gonna extend this other channel that we have here, the channel within the channel, and we can see that we are actually using it as support. Yay, we used it as support twice, so we're bouncing off that channel. Once we've broken out of it, that's good. Let's hope that we can keep on bouncing off and break over that 20 MA. We were about to make, did we make positive momentum? We didn't. It's negative, right? And this one is also negative. So we still have not made any positive momentum. We might get a cross off the MACD over the signal line. Usually when we get those crosses, we get some nice movements, right? Sometimes, most of the times. Sometimes it doesn't, like this one. However, if we were to get it again, price action to the upside potentially could hit that 10,234 resistance, hit that 20 MA again because we're sitting below it, and if we go up above that 10,000, we are much closer to hitting like 10,500, which we could, and hit that upper part of the triangle, which has been acting as resistance, and we'll see where we go from there, right? So anyway, still making negative momentum, but less off it, and that's good. We're not making any bullish divergence here right now. That is fine. We're also not making it on the RSI, but on the RSI, we're sitting low at 43.89. Let's see where we go from there, right? Let's go on to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, man, using that channel as support, that's good. Sitting below at 20 MA. Positive momentum starting to die out, right? Again, we're probably going to get a cross off the MACD over the signal line in the next candle, unless we see some price action to the upside. And we are sitting low on the RSI at 46.63. Again, do we count the wicks or not, right? If we don't use the wicks and we just go to bodies, then we would be making bearish divergence from here to here. Price action to the downside, we did get it. If we were to use the wicks, we would not. Maybe we would also be making it. Yeah, we will also be making it, right? So this happened basically today from 5 p.m. until, what time was this? 8 a.m. till 5 p.m., right? Are we making something in the bottom? Can I call something on the bottom's parts, right? I'm trying to see. Give me 1 second. I think they're about the same, man. The low is 9,920, 9,920. This is not technically a double bottom, but we are hitting that same price, right? Maybe there is some resistance around here. Because we bounced twice off it, and I just find it weird. And also this candle, right, was right at it as well. So there might be some sort of support there that used to be resistance that is now support. I'm just gonna leave that there right now. We didn't develop anything, by the way. This is lower on the RSI than this. One would be flat, the other one would be diverging more on the bottom part. That wouldn't be bearish divergence. In the MACD, we don't have anything on the underside, so again, we cannot call any bearish divergence developing. Still trying to find any hope to balance to the upside. Right now, we're getting some contraction on the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour. Again, when we get that contraction, on the channels, we do see some explosive movements, right? This bearish divergence certainly puts a damper on everything. Price action to the downside, we are getting it. No signs of stagnation yet. Well, on the positive momentum, yes. But again, could develop still further price action to the downside. I hope we don't. If we do, I hope we can use this support again at 9,920 and bounce off it. Or maybe, man, we are exhausted. We have been hitting these lows for a while without making any lower lows in the 1 hour, right? There was a lot of chop here also in the past day. So again, we might be getting exhausted in this area, and we might be able to run to the upside. Man, it's not looking very good for Bitcoin right now. I don't want to be bullish just to put bullish sentiment on this. I just want to be a realist. And again, like I said, in the 4 hours, potentially make some positive momentum, right, in the next candle. Sitting low on the RSI, but not too low. We could run to the upside. Some contraction, not too much contraction, but some contraction happening on the Bollinger Bands. But in the 1 hour, it's not looking that good. That bearish divergence could certainly see us to lower prices. I'm hoping that this just kind of killed it, and right now we stagnate a little bit and maybe pump to the upside, but that's just wishful thinking right now. I'm going to move on to Ethereum. We don't have any news for Ethereum. We're just going to jump straight into the Ethereum chart. Ethereum on the daily, what's happening, man? Guys, 6 people tune in. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you're here, let us know, let us know you're still with us. That's good to know. Anyways, Ethereum, making a red candle, going down 1.37%. Right now, still going down 0.52, losing dominance, sitting at 8.84 of market cap, and that's fine. I mean, above 8%, it's all right for Ethereum. And stronger, actually, is always better, right? Let's look at the weekly. How did the weekly close for Ethereum? I think it could have been, oh man, not that great, huh? Still, we made a red candle, even though we had that nice impulse up in a couple days ago. Oh, wait, that's Bitcoin, sorry. Yeah, we did had that nice impulse up, and that is good. We touched at 20 MA on the weekly, and we're rejecting it. Right now, new week just started. Anyways, not much we can do there. Let's go here on the daily. Like I said, red candle, 1.37% down, 0.51% down. Let's see where we go, sitting at 8.84 of market dominance. Anyways, price still going down, sitting below that 236, that 310, right? 210, sorry. Where are we going with this? We're back in that channel that we've broken out of. It could be a kind of like a fake breakout, more or less, right? Because we were not outside very much. Anyways, we're back in it. Anything that we go to the upside would face resistance by that 236, that $310, and that downsloping line that we have of the channel. What else can happen with this? Let's go see. We're stagnating on momentum, making less positive momentum, and we're sitting at 60 on the RSI. So a little bit of resetting on the oscillators, that's fine. You know, from high to low, we have made a valid retrace. We could still drop to that 382, which would be at around $201. We'll certainly cool off this a little bit more, and then we can run up again. You know, potentially. Let's look at the more macro scales. On the 4 hour, what is happening, man? Well, we have used this channel as resistance twice, 3 times, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have not been able to break out of it, so we could potentially break down in price. Negative momentum starting to stagnate though, right? And sitting low on the RSI at 46.54. Are we developing anything? Yes, we talked about it, right? And actually, I'm gonna drag this to here, and I'm gonna drag this one to here. So that's hidden bullish divergence that we developed, right? So again, could potentially see us to higher prices. Let's go into the 1 hour because I'm not seeing too much here besides what we talked about yesterday. Sitting below at 20 MA, volatility open on the Bollinger Bands. Not too wide, but certainly wide enough for movements to happen. To the downside, usually you come down, touch here, so we'll put you around 206. Not even that retrace, right? And to the upside would certainly have us test that upper part of the channel again. Making positive momentum stagnating, starting to die down, and sitting low on the RSI at 44. Are we doing something here, right? Well, yes, we are. Here we have actually a much stronger bullish divergence. This one didn't... This one that we talked about yesterday didn't play out. We ended up making more negative momentum, right? So I'm going to kill it off the chart because it didn't play out. We said it was potential back then when this was still developing as a new negative momentum island. But here we are making that, and also here. Sorry. We are making that bearish divergence, right? So from here to here. So again, price action to the upside. We did get it. It was short-lived. Hit that resistance. We are starting to break down. Are we doing something on the tops? Yeah, not really because this is lower. Yeah, no, actually, we would be making from here to here. It's lower, definitely, right? You can see that down sloping line that just traced, and from here to here, it'll be up sloping, right, on the momentum and also on the RSI. So that would be hidden bearish divergence that we're developing, right? Again, potential price action to the downside. We did get it. Again, we're starting to curve off around this area. See what happens in the next couple of candles. Right now, on the hour, you know, besides that bullish divergence that we had a while back on Ethereum and the other coins, we're not developing, sorry, on the daily. We're not developing much, right? On the 4 hours, it's also hard to see patterns developing right now. We are just stagnating, moving sideways. Most of the cases, small drops, small rises. I think, what is it? Ripple dropped badly, but not too badly, but still, I mean, just moving downwards, right? Let's go on to Ripple. So, I'm not sure what to make of this article that I found. It's really suggestive in nature, right? It just seems to suggest that members of the Ripple community are insinuating that iPhone 11 Pro camera design is an indicator that Apple Pay will use XRP for payment settlements. It's just very speculative, right? To say that a camera design means something else. I think people are reading too much into it. I think it's just either they're trolling with this news or they're trying to do something. I mean, I'm gonna go and show the picture of that design. It's this one right here. You can tell three cameras, and then here they are placing over that Ripple Triskel or whatever they call this. Not 100% buying it, and again, I don't believe that this means anything more than just it's the way they designed the camera, right? I mean, the more substantial, I would actually say that in April of 2018, news emerged about significant partnership with Apple and Ripple, right? An alliance that was said to be destined to assist Ripple default currency XRP. Now, the news was backed by the fact that Apple integrated Ripple Interledger protocol to its API settlements for Apple Pay. The article states that since the integration, the prices of Ripple default currency, the XRP, have positively reflected pushing the crypto asset to new heights in the crypto and financial markets. I really wonder what chart they're looking at because the price of Ripple has been going down. Again, I'm not bashing on Ripple. I like Ripple. I hold a lot of Ripple. But this article is very speculative. They are mentioning things that I'm not seeing. Like the price of Ripple, yes, it went up a little bit. But I'm not sure it's because of Ripple and Apple Pay, right? So, I mean, you guys can look at this article if you want more in detail. Whether or not they're going to use it, for sure, it's still yet to be seen, right? So if you guys want to leave any comments regarding that, that is fine. You guys can do it. Again, a very speculative article, basically just stating that the cameras are pointing to that, and I think they're reading too much into it. Anyways, I like this one a little bit better now. Recent statistics by the World Bank confirmed that nearly 700 billion was remitted globally through 2018. If you guys know, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Something popped up in the feed and I had to look at it real quick. Anyways, this one I do like better because Ripple is solving that remittance problem, right? By making it faster and cheaper, giving an edge to a lot of people. Now, India, China, and Mexico are the largest receiver markets for remittances. Now, two of these countries genuinely oppose cryptocurrencies and their technology. China and India. Mexico is kind of like lost in the water, right? I live in Mexico and, dude, they haven't said anything about crypto, so it's just like unregulated, man. It's weird. For them, it's like it doesn't exist. Now, it's not entirely abnormal that remittance industries suffer from a fair degree of stagnation. It is not cheap to send the money around the world, even though the industry is still booming, right? And that's why companies such as MoneyGram are looking at innovative services and technologies to further solidify their position in the industry. Now, once MoneyGram communicated the shift to distributed ledger-based technology, when Ripple bought a part of them and they actually started using it, the stock soared or pushed up 160%. We covered that in an earlier article. If you guys were here, you can see it. If not, I'll actually post it again here on a link that will appear after the stream is done. Now, people can expect the shift of XRP to provide an ample benefit for MoneyGram customers. So far, it hasn't happened as dramatically as one would expect, nor would it happen for quite some time to come. That said, MoneyGram still remains hopeful cryptocurrencies and digital assets such as XRP gain the same level of leverage as traditional fiat currencies at some point. If that were to be the case, the disruptive effect these currencies would have on the remittance industry cannot be underestimated. It seems unlikely that the governments around the world will suddenly openly embrace cryptocurrencies. Portugal came out yesterday or 2 days ago, saying that, they're crypto friendly, right? They tax free, they don't tax you on your capital gains or on your crypto holdings. That's pretty cool. Some other countries are taking negative stances, including India and China. China partially, they are actually enabling a crypto friendly zone, and they're coming with their own digital currency. However, they don't like crypto very much in general. Now, again, that doesn't mean blockchain technology itself won't make a lasting impact on the market. That's it for the articles. I will only gonna look at market data from now on. For the rest of this stream, not only from now on, but for the rest of the stream. I don't have articles for Litecoin. I don't have articles for Binance. So again, if you are into that market analysis, then welcome. This is what we're gonna do right now. So Ripple on the daily, what is happening, man? Sorry, I put it on the weekly. On the daily, yesterday, like I said, lost all the market cap, right? 3.95%. Right now, losing market cap, 0.23. What's happening with the price? Sitting at 0.27 cents, gaining some of what we did. I mean, we did go low and hit that 26.8, so 26 cents, 26.8 cents. Again, we are recovering a little bit, 27.4. Not too much, but definitely a little bit, right? And like I said, with Ripple, same thing that we always see. I mean, a nice bump up, and then it just like slowly, forever goes down to its resting place around that 25 cent zone. I mean, I don't want to be a pessimist with this, but this does certainly seem to be the case, right? I do believe that we're going to get more hype with Ripple once swell comes near, and hopefully price action will increase. But that's still yet to be seen, right? A lot of speculation was going on with Backed, and we saw that nothing happened, right? So what happens? We're falling back into this channel that we had broken out of. That is a sad thing to see, because that, again, could be resistance, right? We did use it as support twice. What's happening? We are starting to make less positive momentum. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 49.77. Again, a lot of we can make a lot of movement, right? Upside or downside. Oh, we lost a viewer. I think he didn't like my Ripple comments. I hope you come back, Seven Watcher. It was fun having you while you were here. Anyways, what's happening on the more micro scale? Let's go into the 4 hours, right? In the 4 hours, you can see that we actually did use that channel as resistant twice. I mean, what's happening? Are we making something? No, we're going lower, and we're still making more negative momentum. Again, nothing there. We are also going lower and making lower prices on the RSI, lower relative strength on the RSI. So we're just going with the market sitting below 20 MA, volatility a little bit open on the Bollinger Band. Certainly could see a potential price action to the upside since there's room to run. But again, we could also tank. Sitting low on the RSI on that sold, but not oversold, but highly on that sold scale. Could certainly see us see price action to the upside again. For some reason I had this here. We were developing something yesterday. We didn't develop it because if I go from that low to this, then we would just be going with the market again. This didn't play out. We just pointed out in case it did. And yeah, we also had it here, right? But it didn't play out as well. So gonna get rid of this, and I think I'm gonna get rid of once I go into the 1 hour, I'll get rid of the rest. Let's go into the 1 hour for Ripple. What's happening? Sitting below 20 MA, still making less positive momentum. Again, we might get we're still diverging on the MACD line over the signal line, and that is fine. We're sitting low on the RSI at 37. Again, potential to run to the upside. We did hit oversold territory like a couple times. When was this? At 11 a.m. today, and then again at 2 p.m. Right when we hit that 26 cents, etc. But look at this, man. A couple of days ago, we were kings, right? We were sitting at that bought territory. Right now, we're chumps. We're sitting low. Hopefully, we can break to the upside again. We're not diverging right from here to here. It's lower. We made lower negative momentum, and from here to here again would be lower. We would be making divergence on the MACD histogram. Yes, bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. Again, potential price action to the upside. We do have a separation by an island, which makes it a little bit stronger. It's not just slanted or within the same island group, which could happen. Things that I'm seeing real quick. Yeah, some sort of a bearish convergence happening as well, right? Hidden bearish divergence, if you want to call it that. So not too high, but from here to here, right? And that will be it. So the lines are converging on the upper part. They certainly are converging on the bottom part. I would expect to see price action to the upside. We did get some price action to the upside, right? We negated this. We had small price action to the upside. We're starting to go down again in price, maybe from this bearish divergence developing. Let's hope we can break it, right? Because that bearish divergence is also in the RSI, guys. So down here, right? That's it for Ripple. Not much we can say besides what we just talked about, right? Like I said, I pointed to the upside, I pointed to the downside. You guys make up your own mind as to where you think this is going to go. I'm just showing you what I see and what I can see potentially playing out, right? Again, where are we sitting, right? I can fib something for you guys. I'm going to go into another chart and do that fib. So it's much cleaner and easier to see, right? I'm going to take this. As a low. So again, let me do fib retrace from low to high. Right. We have retraced deeply into that 786, which would be that 27 cents. We actually went farther than that. We're bouncing off now. do I take this low or do I take this low over here? If I take this low over here, we haven't touched it. If I take this low around here, we basically maybe touched it. It depends on where you feel comfortable. I just want to put it here. Again, we touched that. We touched it a couple times actually, and it makes more sense to have touched it a couple times and rejecting it. However, we're breaking down and probably gonna touch it again. We could retrace 100%, hit that again, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there because this is not looking very, very good, right? Again, on a more macro scale and ignoring some minor islands in between. If I go from here to here, right, and this one to this one as well. It would be low to low if I go from here to here, right? And then from here to here, which will be the next part, would also be going lower again, making again that strong bullish divergence that could potentially see us have price action to the upside. We did get it, but it wasn't very strong again. I wish that we could pump stronger on Ripple because we are getting that the bullish signs, the bullish signals. It's just not playing out as strongly as it should, right? Anyways, let's go on to Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily. What's happening with Litecoin, right? On the daily, we lost market dominance yesterday. 0.9%. Right now, making a little bit of positive dominance, 0.01%, sitting at 1.78 of market dominance. Litecoin sitting at $71.89. Let's see what's happening. Red day. I mean, red day yesterday, making a red day today. 0.51% down right now. Yesterday, 1.26% down. Sitting at 71.89%, right? Sorry, $71.89. Sitting above that 20 MA, right? One of the few coins that are sitting above that 20 MA on the daily. We bounced off it. We bounced also off the mid part of the channel. We are making less positive momentum. About to get maybe one day or two if we keep going like this, and we actually gonna drop in price. Sitting at 48.04 on the RSI, right? So neutral. And again, we might get that cross of the MACD over the signal line. That's why I said we might drop when we hit that negative momentum, right? Look, here we had a cross of the MACD over the signal line. Look, large red bar. Here we had another one, right? Again, a couple of large red bars happening. So usually when we get a cross, we do get price action change, positive or negative, and sometimes they are accompanied by large movements, right? Anyways, volatility in the Bollinger Band's a little bit open, a little bit more than it was before a couple days ago when we were on September 16th. Let's look at the 4 hours and see what's happening. On the 4 hours, price action to the downside, sitting below that 20 MA. Negative momentum starting to die out. And sitting low on there is at 42, right? Certainly seeing some sort of exhaustion going on around here. Right? A lot of battling up and down in the past couple hours, but making no definite... this past 4 hour candle, making no definite move either way, right? One canceling the other. What's happening, right? We had this... we were hoping that we were going to make bullish divergence from here to here. It didn't play out, right? It was this bar. I'm going to get rid of this. But we have hidden bullish divergence, right? That both lines are opening on the bottom part. Again, on the RSI, on the MACD histogram, and on the against the price action, right? Anyways, let's see what else is going on with this. Let's jump into a more micro scale. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we are sitting below at 20 MA. A lot of contraction starting to happen again when we get contraction on the Bollinger Bands more than before, right? We get explosive movements. We had not seen that much contraction maybe since September 13th. Are we doing something? Yes, man. We are going lower on price. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this one. I'm going to ignore some of the bumps, right? Any of the bumps will be valid, right? From here to here, we would be going lower, right? Then from here to here, we would be going lower on price again and less negative momentum. However, this new would be here, sorry. So this one, it wouldn't be making it because we would be going with the market again. So I'm going to ignore this one. But if I go to the previous one, right, this one over here, They're both part of the same island, so I'm choosing to ignore it. So if I were to go here, right, we will be making a little bit of bullish divergence, and from here to here, we'll definitely be making it. Again, we could just ignore it and throw a straight line from here to here. Kind of kill this one out a little bit, and we could go from here to here. Right, and that would be bullish divergence. Right now, what is happening on the top part, we did see that price action to the upside. It was very short-lived, again, facing some resistance by that 20 MA. Same thing that's happening with everyone else, right? We have the bullish signs. They're just not playing out as strongly as they should. What's happening? Well, we're making a higher high, but we're also making less. I mean, if we use the wicks, right, we would be going higher. And then we'll be going lower in the momentum. So again, potential bearish divergence developing, right? So strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside. We are getting it. If we do go to the bodies, right? If we go to the bodies of the candles, then we wouldn't be making it. Again, it's what you want to see on the market, how you feel comfortable. I'm pointing out both options to you. So if you feel comfortable with the tops, wicks, you know, that's fine. If you're comfortable with the bodies, again, that is entirely up to you. What else? Well, we are making a higher low than the previous low and making less RSI, so nothing there, actually, nothing here, just positive momentum is dying out. We might get across of the signal line, of the MACD over the signal line. Again, when we get them, we get those movements to the downside, right, or upside when we go the opposite way. So let's wait and see how this develops, and now let's go into Binance. Binance on the daily, yesterday, red day, 2.48% down, losing market dominance. Right now, 0.31% down. So I'm sitting at 1.23 of market cap. Price of Binance sitting at $20.18. Man, even though Binance has been coming out with news left and right, seems to be doing very little for the price. Yesterday, price dropped 2.94%. Right now, dropping 0.89%. Again, sitting below 20 MA. Still within that channel that we have not been able to break out of. Making less positive momentum and sitting low on the RSI at 35. Sold, high on that sold scale, not at oversold. But again, with huge rooms to run to the upside. Like I said, many of the signs that we are seeing that are bullish are not playing out, man. That's not good. On the 4 hour, sitting below 20 MA, volatility opened on the Bollinger Bands, opened up with this long bar that we hit, and subsequent movements to the downside. Usually when you just see this kind of like round off after it pulls down, it's not very good, right? Again, we said this could potentially be a bear flag. We did got price action to the downside. We're still not able to cancel it out. Now, when we were doing this, we were developing up to here, right? So from here to here, we could have been making something, but we didn't. We weren't. Now from here to here, it'll be from here to here. Again, we would not be making anything. We would just be going with the market, and it would be congruent with what's happening. And that potential bullish divergence that we talked about yesterday, it's not playing out, right? Because we made more negative momentum and we kept on dropping in price. That's why it was potential. Again, like I said, we had not made stagnation. We had not canceled this as an island of negative momentum. So it could have kept on developing. I'm just pointing out the options for you guys. Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour and see if we can see something there. So on the 1 hour, right, sitting below 20 MA, making positive momentum, right, canceling out the last candle basically. Sitting low on the RSI at 39.66, sold, not oversold, but high on that sold scale. What is happening, man? Are we making something? Yes, we are making hidden bullish, bearish divergence, right, from here to here. Maybe from here to here, higher, lower high and higher bar of momentum. Again, that would be hidden bearish divergence, right? Now, are we doing something on the opposite side? Yes, we were also making something, right? And that's potentially why we saw that price action to the upside. Again, from here to here, lower low than the previous low and making less negative momentum. That would be Class A, Type 1, strong bullish divergence, price action to the upside. We did get it. Short-lived again, canceling it out. Again, things that could happen, right? We could make lower low, another one, and make a smaller bump here, making, again, could be something like this, right? So like something like this in an island, right? And maybe going like down here on the price. And that would develop, again, more bullish divergence that could potentially see price action to the upside, like I said. But however, it's not playing out very strong for us lately, so not really banking on it. I mean, we could certainly develop that, and that could be what can happen, right? But I'm not gonna put my chips on Binance right now because it looks very uncertain as to what's gonna happen. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. If you guys have any questions, I know 6 people are tuned in, so if you have any questions, any comments, do let me know. We can certainly talk about them. Yeah, Benny, you had that coin that you want me to look at, right? Or that you had me look at the other day. Seller. Let's see what Seller is doing, man. It's pumping up, bro. Congrats on Seller. I'm not sure when you got in, but it's making some really nice price action to the upside. I had not looked at it in a while. Let's go look at it on the daily, man. Even though the bar does not look very significant, it sorta is. You know, stuff that I can see quickly that I don't like very much is this wick. Again, do you want to go with the wicks or the bodies? If you want to go with the wicks, this wick is higher than this wick. You will be going down, and from here to here again, you'll be making more positive momentum. Again, that will be hidden bearish divergence. On the price action, you will be fine. Sorry, no, you would also be making it. Sorry, so it'll be from here to here. So again, hidden bearish divergence, right? Anyways, Benny, I hope you're still with us because we're doing your coin from last time. Yeah, so that is happening. I'm going to go into a more micro scale and see what is going on with this coin. Right now, though, it seems like it made a nice small run, right? After hitting yesterday some price action to the downside. Let's see what's going on with this. 4 hours. Man, some bar undoing that nasty impulse down that we had. Again, what's happening, right? On the bottom part, nothing. We didn't make any bullish divergence on the RSI or the MACD against the price action. Let's see what else is going on with this. Some contraction did happen on the Bollinger Bands right here. Had that pop. We're about to get a cross of the MACD over the signal line. Again, potentially more price action to the upside to come. However, after an impulse up like this, I would expect this to flag a little bit before we run again. Sitting at 60 on the RSI, which puts us on that bot scale, not too high, but certainly on that upper part of that bot scale, right? Now let's go into the 1 hour. That's the 2 hour, sorry. Let's go into the 1 hour and see what's going on. Man, nice bars, right? Higher high, still making more positive momentum. Higher on the RSI as well. Almost at overbought, man. Sitting at 69.8. High on that bot scale. So watch out. If you go onto overbought territory, you can see some price action to the downside. Again, what is happening, man? From here to here, we're going higher. That's fine. From here to here, man. Did we develop something? Yes, potentially. 0.001. Yeah, almost, man. It could be like a Class C Type 3 weak bullish divergence that we developed from here to here. On the 1 hour price action to the upside, we are getting it. We are seeing it live. Not on the RSI, because actually also going lower. What else is happening here, man? Let's see. This is certainly lower than this, so I cannot go farther back, man. But from here to here, yeah, it's also... what is this at? The low was 0.0058558, and this will be 555. A little bit lower than this. Also, man, some sort of... now, here we'll be going with the market. This was slightly higher than this, and this is actually lower than this. So, again... we did develop some bearish divergence, some nice price action to the upside. I'm not sure if there's any news that came out for this coin that are seeing it pop to the upside. Again, Benny, if you are in the chat, Benny, do let us know because we are looking at your coin. And yeah, that will be it. So 7 people tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you are here, say hi. You know, don't be shy. We don't bite. And if you have any questions, they're fair game. Or if you want to look at something in particular, we can certainly address your question and look at that. So, yeah. If not, you know, we're going to call it quits for the stream. So, I know 7 people are tuned in. So, let me know what's happening on your end. Oh, we dropped down to 5. Yeah. I'm having a lot of lag on the chat and the stream, I guess, because I do have it here playing live on my cell phone, and I think I am about a minute and 9 seconds behind from the live feed. So I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. We're here every night. So lots of opportunities to ask questions. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your Sunday night, and I hope you have a great beginning of the week. Tomorrow, if your week begins on Monday, then hopefully it'll be great for you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching.